Carlos, you guys obviously thought you had a pretty good offensive team. At this point, when you look at the totality of what's happened, what is the one area that kind of confuses you the most as to why it's not happening?
Yeah, it's hard to explain. When you have that many guys that are going through it at the same time, and it's just not a good showing, not good at bats up and down, get a guy here and there, but overall, just like not hitting the ball hard consistently. And it's hard, I think it's like I said, it's hard to explain because you usually get 3-4 guys that go through it, but you got 4 or 5 guys that can carry it. But right now, I mean, it's hard to describe.
When you say it's not a good showing, do you feel like the effort, the preparation is there and it's become more of a mental thing, or are you not seeing the effort that you want?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's got anything to do with the preparation. I mean, those guys are in the cages taking 1,000 swings, every day. Like, it's not about that. It's just we're not executing. Like, I'm not second guessing or questioning the way they're preparing because they really are. It's just we're not getting it done.
Where do you go from here with Senga?
I'm going to have a conversation with David, see what's next. But obviously, it's not good enough.
Tony?
Carlos, are you worried about your own status here?
The only thing I'm worried about here is I got to get the guys going. Like, I get it. I mean, it sucks, and I know the questions will continue to come up. But my job is to find a way to get those guys out of the funk. That's the bottom line.
Have you been given any assurances to that end?
About what?
About your job?
I mean, I come here every day. Great relationship with David, with everyone. I'm come here every day to do my job. So,
Ron?
The lack of offense and what's going wrong, does it feel the same as the second half of last year, or does it feel different to you?
I mean, we hit the ball pretty well second half of last year. I don't think that was our issue. I don't think I ever seen anything like this, to be honest with you, that it goes for so long when you got so many guys struggling at the same time. So there's nothing to compare here to what's going on here to what happened on the second half last year.
Look at today. Would it have gone any different without the overturned bases loaded walk in the first game?
In the first game, not really. I mean, he executed it. Like we had bases loaded, 1 out, and we didn't cash in.
No, but I meant if you had cashed in and that run had counted, do you think today would have turned out differently?
No.
Mike?
You've had Soto back for a few days here. Just is he having do you think he's not getting a lot of pitches to hit just because of some of the injuries you have, some of the protection issues in the lineup, or do you?
I mean, you can make a case, right? You pitch around him, and so that's kind of what we're seeing here. But we need guys to step up, obviously.
Peter?
Carlos, just with Senga, just he got up to a good start this year and had a good spring. Just how do you kind of explain how it's gone the last 3 starts?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a lot of things here. We saw when he's at his best, he's 97 plus. Today we saw a lot of 95, 96, and then just there's some outings where it's like he's too much with nibbling with the cutter, with the sweeper, as opposed to staying on the attack. So, and today they got him on some of the fastballs that he threw.
Will?
Hey, Carlos, you said between games today that this is fixable and that you guys got to do something. What at this point can you guys do? Like, what are some of those things?
We got to continue to go through it and find ways to get the guys going. Like it's no other way to put it around. Like I can sit here and tell you guys a lot, but at the end of the day, we got to go out and do it. That's as simple as that.
And then in regards to Senga, is asking him to take that minor league assignment?
We have, like I said, we just got done, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have conversations. What are the options here?
All right.
Carlos, when you have so many guys going through it, what can you even do from a managerial perspective to try to get it going?
I mean, you watch film, you talk to players individually, support them, encourage them, challenge them. there's a lot that goes behind the scene as a manager that you got to stay positive, obviously. But yeah, it's just finding ways to get the guys going.
John on the left.
Follow up on that, you mentioned they're taking thousands of swings. It could be time off, maybe. Could that do anything? Is there anything you could think of at this moment?
I mean, we
to
try
get them going?
we try everything, So they got to go out and do it.
Max on the right.
Do you get the sense that there needs to be some sort of fresh voice in that room?
I don't get that sense. I mean, not really.
Dave on the left.
Is it a matter of just like, do you have belief in the names that are in that lineup just because some guys have done it in the past? Is that the only thing to cling to at this
Yeah,
point?
I mean, look, man, they're good hitters. I mean, they've done it for a long time. It's just hard, like I say, it's hard to explain when so many of them are going at the same time for this period of time.